You know, I really just don't want to talk about this game at all. At all. 18th game of the season for the Boston Bruins. I'll even give them the caveat that they haven't played a home game in an entire month, but you can only play what's scheduled in front of you. So, the Bruins yet again lay an egg in New York in front of actual fans. So, yay for that. Actual fans got to see this team just stink all over the ice. Not really anybody played any good. Tuukka Rask did okay. The top line looked okay, like it normally does, but they can't do everything. Tuukka Rask, what do you want him to do? Score goals? Make an assist? Skate it from one end of the ice to the other, put it in through the legs of Alexander Georgiev? Like, what? Tuukka Rask can't do everything. Patrice Bergeron, Brad Marchand, and David Pastrnak can't be scoring every goal for every game, every night. It's just not going to work. You have other players. You have 16 other players dressed for games. And, actually 15 because one of them's a backup goalie. But still, 15 players on your bench. Somebody else has got to make a play. Somebody else has got to do something. But instead, you played New York's game. They came out. They were physical. They just outworked you the whole game. Completely unexcusable again. So, final score, 6-2. 6-2. The Boston Bruins, back-to-back games against the New York Rangers and the New York Islanders, outscored 13-4. Are you embarrassed? Are you angry? Are you mad about how you played? If you're not, get off my ice. Sit on the bench. Staple yourself to it. I do not want you to play. Get embarrassed. Get angry. And use that anger and use that fire to play better. You have the skills to do it. Play Boston hockey. And what we saw for 2 games is not Boston hockey. I'll even say, you have injuries. Whoop-de-doo. Everybody in the league has injuries. Everybody in the league is going through COVID issues. So you're without David Krejci. You're out Kevin Miller, Jeremy Lauzon, and Matty Grzelcyk. The effort's not there. Even with those injuries, you could still have effort. That's all I ask. So that's all I ask from the 3 people on the defense. That's all I ask from Johnny Moore. That's all I ask from Urho Vakanainen. That's all I ask from Connor Clifton. The effort's not there. If you showed effort and you still lost, okay, it happens. You lose. You lose sometimes. Sometimes you go on a stretch where you lose 4 games and you only win 1. It happens. You don't like it to happen, but it happens. But if you're losing because something in here is not working and something is not happening or you're not giving any sort of effort on the ice, that's a disgrace. That's just not how it should work. So, where do we go from here? So, the Boston Bruins missing a huge physical element. Again, Kevin Miller not being in the lineup. Jeremy Lauzon not being in the lineup. Matt Grzelcyk not being in the lineup. More of a puck mover. So the Boston Bruins have decided to pick up from the waiver wire a 6'6", 205-pound, 29-year-old left-shooting defenseman in Tenorti. Is it going to do anything? Hopefully. He's got size. He's got physicality. Can he play physical? That's what I hope. So, going into Bruce Cassidy's defensive philosophy, he even said this in a post-game interview. He likes to have combinations of puck movers with physical players. offensive defenseman with a defensive defenseman. Makes sense. So, with the third line pair that was for the last 2 games, Connor Clifton and Johnny Moore, who's your physical presence? Sure as hell ain't John Moore. Sure isn't Connor Clifton. Connor Clifton's not moving anybody. Connor Clifton can move a puck pretty well. John Moore can move a puck pretty well. Neither one of them are gonna move a body in front of the net. They just didn't. They haven't. It's not their game. So who sits? Obviously, I'm going with John Moore. John Moore has just not looked good enough in his past couple of appearances with the Boston Bruins. So that means what are your defensive pairings going forward? Well, 3 puck movers. Charlie McAvoy, Jakob Zaboral, and Connor Clifton. Who are your physical presences? Brendan Carlo, and now it will be Jared Tenorti. So your pairings, Vakanainen and McAvoy, they've looked fine. They've looked okay. Urho Vakanainen's not exactly a physical presence. Charlie McAvoy can be a physical presence when asked to be. It's not normally his role, but he's a good enough defenseman, two-way player, that he can do so. Zaboral and Brandon Carlo have been probably the best defensive pairing that Boston has had. That's the way it is. They've looked probably the best all year long. They've been together more or less all year long. Your final lineup, Tenorti Clifton. Tenorti Clifton, big body, puck mover. Big body, puck mover. John Moore sits. That should be what the Boston Bruins use in their next game. Is Tenorti ready to go for Sunday afternoon? Don't know. I'd like to see him there. But going forward, even if Tenorti's not ready, when they play at home on Wednesday, Tenorti's in the lineup. Tenorti's with Clifton. John Moore sits. I am sick of John Moore with Connor Clifton. It doesn't work. They can't communicate. They can't figure it out. It's just not working. And there's no effort from that pair either. So, throw this one out the book. Get embarrassed. Get angry. Play better. Because you got to dress up on national television at noon Eastern Time on NBC against these same New York Rangers that kicked your ass all over Madison Square Garden. So play better, be better, and we'll do it again on the Bruins Recap Show.